we filed a number of warranty claims. Not many, but we filed several, and they've been 100% responsive.
Yeah.
And
That's cool to hear.
we had to de-step the mast.
Yep.
For some few minor things. They were minor, but it required de-stepping the mast, and they ponied up.
Relatively quickly too. I mean, it's never it's not a big hassle.
Yeah. So
I'll say as a side note, as someone who has to crawl around the guts of these boats a lot more than your typical owner would, Leopard, I feel like, sets themselves apart in terms of the quality of the laminations of the bulkheads, the internal bulkheads. Everything is glassed and tabbed in differently than other major manufacturers. I mean, everyone knows, there's issues out there with certain brands, but the other brands will use this kind of like glue stuff that they just almost like caulk in and glue them in place, whereas Leopard is actually fiberglassed in, and it gives you one, it looks really strong, and two, you instantly know if something is wrong because that will tear. And so as someone who works on boats a lot, and I also own a Leopard, I love that I can look around the bilges and see, hey, there's actual fiberglass in here that has been laid up, and it's not necessarily unusual in the catamaran world, but in the mass-produced catamarans,
for like
it's
the big
not
3 or 4.
common. Yeah.
Also
and they're
has
still doing that? That's still current?
Yeah.
Like yours on the new ones, like his.
Absolutely.
You see
Yeah, you can crawl around the bilges. I mean, there's one that's fiberglass, but then they gel coat over it too, which is or paint it. It's nicely finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
cool.
there's also that H frame. Steel.
It's a stainless steel giant. We call it's like a giant I-beam that goes across the whole hull.
Yeah.
That is also unique to that.
Yeah, you pointed that out in the 50. I didn't even know that was a Leopard thing.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
Yeah, and all that adds weight.
Sure.
But
yeah, but
you're not a race boat.
Yeah, not a race boat,
Yep.
and it's all the doors shut, all the drawers shut, everything shuts correctly.
Yeah.
I just like the way they look too.
That's cool.
I just have a soft spot for the Leopards. I can't always explain it.
Sure.
But I just like the way they look. I like the culture of the company, and I like their feature set. I think it's just really nice comfort.